All right, welcome back to CL Banter. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of been a while since we've recorded. It's been a swell time just in the quarantine at home. We got Botel and Josh on, of course. We got Kevin
Yo,
Mitchell. How are
thanks
you?
for having me. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. One of the most beloved people in Camp Lennox.
The most.
I don't know if there's anyone
Number
that
one.
likes this guy, and that's why he's gracing your screens today on YouTube or IGTV or however we're gonna upload this. Have no idea. We're doing a quick little Mount Rushmore of group periods. So anything that's gonna show up on the schedule. So if you're young and you don't know what Mount Rushmore is, it's these heads of the presidents that are carved into a mountain in South Dakota. I think it's like George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt. I don't know the other one. Maybe it's like, do you know the other one, Botel? I don't know.
Okay, Kevin, you got this? I
No.
didn't hear which three he said, but I know he didn't have all four, so I'm over here enjoying myself.
Who is it? I don't know the fourth. I'm
George
sorry.
Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Lincoln, and
Thomas Jefferson.
Uh,
My bad.
Matt, what did he write?
What did Thomas Jefferson write? Like the Declaration of Independence?
There you go. All right.
I'm smart. I just don't know Mount Rushmore for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, so those people are important people in American history. If you didn't know that, you should probably read it in a book somewhere because probably should know that. But yeah, we're gonna replace those heads and we're gonna put our own group periods and sculpt them into a side of a mountain that you can see in the Berkshires from Shaw Pond.
like the Camp Rocks.
We're going to sculpt them into the Camp Rocks, even though the Camp Rocks can't be sculpted into because they're little white stones. But basically, we're going to go around, we're going to share our four heads that we put on Mount Rushmore out of the group periods, which is something you'd see on the daily schedule. And Sam Botel, you're going to explain us what's eligible and what's not eligible to be chosen?
Sure. So we've got things that will appear on the schedule usually more than once in a summer. They're not really like yearly things. Like Camp Carnival doesn't count. It can't be a special event. Shout out Leslie, but most of her stuff doesn't count. And also just a quick shout out to Bunko, which honestly might be one of my favorite group periods, but it's not listed on the schedule, so it does not count.
fair enough.
Only if it rains.
All right.
Yeah.
So who's gonna go first? And then
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
go
straight
first.
draft this one.
I'm the host, so
What's
I'm
the
gonna
order?
go first.
Matthew, tell us the order.
Now, what's the
The
order?
order is going to be me first, Kevin's going to go second, Botel's going to go third, and Josh is going to go fourth with the
And we're gonna snake back
double
around.
pick and back around. So with my first pick on the Mount Rushmore, I think this is the best group period, hands down. It's going to be group leagues. So we kind of wanted to group them all, whether that be handball league, basketball league, football league, maybe you even have like a soccer league, whatever type of league you want to have. These are group leagues that involve only your group.
Shout out Pickleball League.
Yeah, pickleball league. So not Twilight League, not Saba League, none of those other leagues. But I would say group leagues is where you get the most competitive. It's like a precursor to Color War. Kind of, it's not two teams. It's usually more like four teams pitting everyone against each other. We had some battles back in the day. I remember, my sub-senior basketball league, I was on Jackson's team. He kind of carried us to the finals. Then we lost like a very well-rounded team. We have a lot of fun, but I got to say the best league I ever took part in, without a doubt, was 2014 junior and sub-senior team handball league, the brainchild of Morgan Moss. That was just so fun because, we weren't in upper camp yet. So we didn't have our names on like the camp stage, but I thought it was sick that like our Final Four and our finals were under the lights on senior, in August at that point for all of upper camp, boys and girls to watch. So, that was very sick. I didn't get to play, but, Aiden Snisky.
I took a loss in the finals.
Yeah, Aiden Snisky with the buzzer beating goal in overtime for Noah Schwartz's team. So that's my first pick.
I remember Cole being on my team. Was that Is that your team, Josh?
I had Casey Shea on my team. I don't know if we were on the
I
same.
know we won some game in like overtime in the Final Four, and it was like
Yeah.
I don't
All right.
remember.
That was long-winded, but let's move on.
All right. It's going to be hard to follow up. I mean, leagues are pretty important at Camp Lennox. But I'm going to go with cooking with Barb.
wow.
Okay.
Personally, as a group leader, that's the first thing I like to put on the list. I got to get that. It's the hardest thing to get. It's really like a preference where you put it on the schedule, time and day. You don't want it too close to lunch because you just ate and you're pretty full, unless you're getting a smoothie day, because then it could be a good combination. But I'm a big fan of the pizzas that we make. So
All day.
Second activity in the afternoon.
yeah, definitely.
After AIC, before flex.
I don't know. I was always I don't know. I always thought that I would prefer to be playing sports than cooking, but I was definitely one of few.
I'm all about cooking.
Cooking with Barb. It's up
And the
there.
counselors get some food too.
Oh yeah.
As
Yeah.
on staff, it's definitely a great.
My campers
doing
make
that.
me food. Like I had Itamar, legend. He just made me a pizza in addition to my own. So
Oh, you could always stop by Cooking with Barb and get a little extra, if because there's always a little extra.
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I mean, this is kind of maybe an obvious pick for me, but I mean, one of my favorite things ever at camp. I won it my collegiate year. Had the chance, the opportunity to become commissioner in my second year on staff. It was great. Had a lot of fun.
Fun
We had the All-Star Game Home Run Derby this year. It was great. Hoping to continue that. We got Twilight League and Sundown League. I mean, it's just a great chant in the dining hall. It gets the people going. Great league. Everyone loves it. I mean, when else do you get to participate in the draft combine? I mean, everyone gets to do that. Then you get drafted. Then when you're a collegiate, you get to
week
draft
in the
kids.
dining hall.
It's just awesome.
Week in the dining hall. But I love Twilight League. I'm sure.
Wait, what did you say is week in the dining hall?
I said boys camp has been weak in the dining hall with their Twilight League chants
I
recently.
think girls camp gets up for Sundown League too. It's a fun back and forth.
Sundown League might outweigh all of the other chants though.
And the home run chant after they hit a home run. So Sundown League.
Should we add team cheering to Twilight League?
No, because home runs are not rare in Twilight.
Yeah.
I would.
Oh, really, Josh? You could court it?
Yeah.
All right, good. That was fun. Yeah, no, but Twilight League, I mean, just all years, it's always been great. I mean, I get to, as commissioner, I get to ride around in a golf cart, check out all the games, make sure everything's going well. As a camper, I got to, draft my team and win. So
everyone's involved. What the only group that's not involved? Braves, right?
Braves, and they even get to come help out a night at the ballpark, and they have their own fun there. So it's it's really cool. As a collegian, I felt like I got to connect with a lot of younger campers I never would have, and I mean, it was just that was my favorite thing at camp.
Let's go, Joshy.
Fourth pick. I don't know how this one slipped to me at 4, but I'm gonna have to go with Sava League. I love Twilight League. I won Twilight League, but Sava League is arguably the best league. Lowers, uppers, collegians, basketball league. Every time there's a game, you got a game of the week under the lights. Hopefully it's on cam. That's always fun. Just like 3 different groups are involved. Some high level basketball, some not so high level basketball, but always a great time.
I mean, I don't know though. Yeah, Sov League's great, but definitely has up years and down years. Twilight League's pretty consistent.
I was debating Sava League, right, as my first pick, but I thought there's a couple things that kind of knocked it. Number one was it's only 3 groups in the whole camp. That I thought group leagues affects pretty much every.
Yeah, you gotta wait to experience it.
Gotta wait, yeah.
My thing, even our subs would beg to even go watch it though.
Right.
It's a spectacle.
You can't have the supply be unlimited. Then there'd be no demand.
That's true. And then I also think Sava League tends to be dominated by a couple of people.
By who?
Sava League tends to be
shine. I mean, think about the legend of Darius Irving.
Right. But we think about my collegiate year, Jackson's team nobody even stood a chance, no matter
We
how
lost them by 3.
No, but nobody could really touch him the whole season. So
all right, wait, who's up? And then you got another one, Josh?
Josh, you got another one.
All right, I'm gonna go with fifth pick. I'm gonna go with math ball and alumni.
Okay.
Whenever I see that on the schedule as a
Mine.
camper, I was always excited. You have to set up the mats on the 4 spots in alumni. Everyone's always excited for that one. High energy. That's a great period. Math ball and alumni.
Good. All right. Well, that was my next pick, so now we're gonna have to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So this is obviously this I feel like if we sent out a poll, which might have won, this would probably be consensus favorite. Everyone looks forward to it. Everyone wants this. I mean, especially on a nice hot Berkshire day, just going down to H2O and just kicking it back with
That's
JJ.
overrated.
Yeah, you all wanted that pick.
It's okay.
H2O definitely consensus camp. I mean, what can you say? There's literally like 1,000 things you can do down there. You get to combine with other groups sometimes. I mean, you got JJ, just pure comedy for an hour and a half, like for an hour for free. Like, it's awesome. Just awesome being on staff, being a camper. Being on staff, you really get to play in the water with your campers or go on, kayak or anything. Some people learn how to swim at the waterfront. I know I had a couple kids in my group who struggled with swimming. We definitely learned a thing or two down there.
I also think one of the biggest alumni flexes is at H2O. Sometimes you have alumni, you're just like, bro, I'm just chilling on the bleachers, bro. And I would be like a brave or a scout, and like Heshi was our counselor. He was like afraid of the water or something. So I'm like, yo, Heshi's like not going in the water. Like, I'm not going in the water either. Like, Hyman's not going in the water. So I was like, alumni don't go in the water. Like, you see the international staff.
It might have just been you.
No, I'm telling you, bro, it was a real effect on me as like a 10-year-old kid. But yeah, all right, Kevin, you're up.
I was definitely going to pick waterfront, but let's see. I think I could go with dodgeball. But specifically, I like it better when it's with multiple groups.
Rainy day dodgeball.
Yeah, definitely. Not just your one group, because I like the more involvement. I think.
Kevin
Definitely
likes drilling kids. He likes drilling little kids with dodgeballs.
You gotta play lefty and drill a couple kids, put them in their places. But definitely dodgeball, I think, is up there. But I think I like the competition between the groups, but yeah.
Yeah, like the rush you get as a younger group beating the older group, very hype. I got my double pick now. I'm gonna go with one of my favorites, which is missile in the rink. Shout out Marcus Bailey, just a weapon in missile.
Dominant.
So dominant. Brian Keane would always try to chase him around the rink.
I don't want to take credit, but I think my group sub year with Momo and Bird might have at least brought that definitely into prominence at camp.
Yeah.
One of them on my list, but that's a great pick. Always a great time. Everyone gets involved. I mean, as Momo used to say, 3, 2, 1 chaos, because that's what it is. It's chaos. It's awesome.
Yeah, basically, missile is just crazy. And then even now, playing with my boy Noam, kid's a demon on the soccer field and in the missile rink. So, shout out to the junior boys with that. And then my next one, something that is just a great first day activity. Get back in the flow of Camp Lennox, and that's Gaga. Just get in the Gaga pit and, toss around the volleyball. You're going to get your temper tantrums,
Oh, yeah.
1 or 2 kids are going to throw some tantrums in that period. But, I think it's cool. Like, as a camper, you might be the one throwing the tantrums, but as a counselor, now you got to calm down the tantrum. So it's, it's 2 different perspectives, but I love Gaga either way.
I definitely think it's a different thing to do at camp too. It's not like the normal, sports leagues, blah blah blah. It's definitely something to throw in there.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna have to go with tennis.
That's a good thing.
Definitely a favorite at camp. Definitely a favorite with my boys. But it's always good competition. Shout out tennis staff. They always keep it pretty competitive out there, coming up with new things to do. I know Davis Cup isn't, part of group periods, but it's part of tennis.
You can play it.
But it's a part of, group periods. Sometimes they throw it in there just with your group. But definitely a favorite throughout camp. I know if you looked at the AICs too, tennis is up there with everyone. So
Yeah, really fun period is tennis with your girls. It's always fun to do like a Davis Cup, mixed
Yeah,
team.
you can get a nice co-ed group period going. That one's always fun.
yeah.
Exactly.
Nice social group.
Yes.
So next I'm gonna go with my third pick. I'm gonna go with a classic here. This is back in my day. We used to have yoga with Claire, specifically yoga with Claire back in my day. Not your Claire,
Like Gabe Gracie.
but we used there was yoga Claire who there was one of two things that you could walk in there and know you were doing. You're either taking a dope hike to the waterfall, some sort of spiritual thing, or you were taking a nap and being like massaged with essential oils and like hearing just like soothing.
Much needed.
I loved that in my ear.
Essential oils.
So
Bring back the essential oils.
Next pick.
Josh.
Next pick, I'm gonna have to go with tennis, baseball, kind of / softball.
Okay.
Tennis, baseball, especially fun activity. It kind of gives the little kids an idea of what courting is. Love to hit it into the tennis courts. It gets a little chaotic. Everyone wants to play left field. I know Xander Plotkin always wanted to play left field, but I didn't always give it to him. But that's a great activity. So tennis, baseball there. Then my next pick, I'm gonna have to go with a capture the flag evening activity on Moss. A little rare. You don't get it that much, but that also could be a co-ed activity, a fun activity. But whether it's co-ed or not, that's always a great activity. Everyone gives their all. Everyone wants to get that flag.
All right. Who's up, Bottle?
So my final pick is going to be something which the three of us participated in together. Something where, this doesn't happen that often. I know our two groups like to do a lot of leagues and group activities together, but this doesn't always happen. And one league that always happens year after year is the Warrior Baseball League, which I think it was me and Josh won together.
Do we have Sam
I think I was on your team.
Nice sleeper pick out of lower camp.
I think I was on your team with a Gozy.
Maybe, I don't know. Blasey still remembers it too, but
Maybe.
that was I think I hit some I bunted on the first. I don't know. There was some crazy last inning walk off that our team played.
Yeah,
I think
I was on that team. Yeah.
That was but Warrior Baseball is it's especially as a scout, you're like one of the youngest kids. You're with the Chiefs, who are it's a cool bonding experience between two groups, lower camp. Gets the staff involved.
Being baseball head, I definitely had to run a couple Warrior Scout baseball leagues, and I will tell you, those kids are having the most fun. They're loving life at camp during Warrior Baseball.
Being a scout and a chief is just such a great.
I don't think we did it last year, honestly.
Got to bring it back for sure.
Got to bring it back. That's weird. Whoever's the Chiefs and scouts, bring it back.
Oh yeah, Josh, if you know anyone.
I don't know. Let's see. I'll make sure that happens. Whoever's in those groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next?
All right.
I think I'm next, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna have to go with soccer with Sergio, specifically Sergio. Probably one of the best well-run group periods in Camp Lennox and history. He's been there for 10 years, 11 years now. And I will tell you, my boys' best group period. They love it. He keeps everyone involved. It's nonstop until you hear the bell go off for the next group period.
He hasn't let them fool around.
It's definitely one of my boys' favorites.
Is it good because you don't have to run it as a group leader? You can just let someone else deal with it?
It's good, but even Sergio keeps us involved too. He just knows what he's doing. He keeps them, paying attention, and he has them, out there for the whole however long it is.
Yeah, whether it's World Cup or not shotgun.
Top Gun.
And it's not the same every time,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
It's a staple in camp. I don't know. Maybe you're gonna say this one, but yeah.
No. I'm saying the one I talked to you about it earlier, which is kind of my cop out, just chill period, which is phone calls / open run.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you did mention
My
this.
last pick. phone call / open run. You might not think of this as a great group period, but please give it like a couple more seconds of thought, because number one, you're having phone calls, which is like you're kind of removed from camp, but it's nice to talk to your parents. You could tell them, like give me like 5 packs of Oreos on visiting day. Like
You might have some kids crying, but
A little emotional,
a little emotional.
but with the right group leader, get them back on track.
Right. So then, let's say you're in lower camp, or you're in lower camp, you go back to Sava. You're in upper camp, you go to senior. This is just the most chill time. You're just hanging out, playing 3-point fun or 2-ball, or poison if you're younger. And I think it's just a great bonding experience with all the boys. A lot of times it might be like an after flex type of thing, like a group recoup. So, you're kind of like seeing the skies starting to change a little bit. It's beautiful and just a chill time. And those are honestly the best times. Why do we call this channel CL Banter? Because it's all about those conversations, all about the banter that we have. And there's no other group period where you can really just focus on banter than, phone calls / open run.
Well, that's gonna lead me into. I had 2 shout outs that I just wanted to throw in there quick, although 3 actually, but 2 throwbacks, 1 deep throwback, which speaking of bantering, just one of my favorite throwbacks, which couldn't really fall in this because again it happened 1 year, but there was Traditions with RP was a group period, which was essentially it was similar to the Torch, except you weren't writing a magazine and you were just bantering about camp for an hour with RP, which was. And that was a great group period. Love them to bring that back this year, maybe. We also have outdoor ed, but specifically chaga hunting with Jake back in the day. That was a classic, which I think Kevin was.
China. The dudes from China would come out.
Yes, it was.
They were just fiends for chaga.
Chaga was amazing. What a summer of chaga. And then a staple in camp since as long as I can remember, always a solid. Hasn't really changed much and is still one of the best run group periods at camp. Hockey. I think we could all agree is definitely something that we definitely could have had on these lists. Just always, the classic like stop go drill with the whistle, where everyone gets to like
well run by Dom.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome. Jacob, and Cole, and all the staff. Johnny, Pretty, Sergio,
Johnny Pretty, the boy.
Flazzy.
Okay. So that brings us to the end. Let's just go around one more time and list our 4 group periods, if you guys remember them.
And we'll post them on the story and have everyone vote.
Yeah, we'll post them on the story and let everyone vote. So mine was group leagues, Missile, Gaga, and phone call / open run.
I think if I can remember right, I had cooking with Barb.
Yeah.
I had soccer with Sergio. Yeah. I had dodgeball,
tennis,
and I had tennis.
I had Twilight / Sundown League, H2O, yoga with Claire, and Warrior Baseball League. I think that's a deep team.
And then the best team, I got Sava League, mat ball, tennis, baseball, and capture the flag.
All right. So, any last words, guys?
Well, Kevin, any last words? Thanks.
Appreciate you guys having me on here. This is definitely one of the best podcasts out there. If you love camp like we all do, this is definitely something to watch. Help the time go by during this quarantine. Hope everyone stays safe. Hope we have camp this summer. Expecting a good summer, guys.
It's going to be great. Thank you.
If you have any ideas for Mount Rushmores you want us to do, or any other sort of segments that you want us to add, maybe little 10-minute clips that we could throw out there, throw the ideas in the comments.
Other than that, I think we're done, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're done. All right. See you guys later.
Thanks.